Nothing dates a film faster than its attempt to depict a not-so-distant future through technology, and that's especially true of virtual reality, which has yet to live up to its exciting promise. Here are 9 unintentionally ridiculous depictions of virtual reality in movies and TV. Arcade was a cheap attempt at giving Tron a horror makeover for the CD-ROM age. With its obviously green-screened virtual reality landscapes, the movie follows a young heroine who attempts to fight and skateboard her way out of what looks like a Windows 3.0 era screensaver.
You've almost made it to the final level.
First and foremost, the Michael Douglas starring Disclosure is distressingly misogynistic, but further dating the thriller is the fact that its cutting-edge VR tech amounts to nothing more than an overblown filing cabinet, and features Demi Moore's laughably non-threatening digital avatar.
Oh my god, she's in the system.
Edward Furlong stars in this would-be horror franchise starter about a flashy new video game that makes its players commit murder. The actual game? Staying one step ahead of the cops investigating the case. Whether it's all real or virtual is the movie's central conceit, but it's so dull it's hard to care.
It wasn't supposed to be real!
Real, unreal, what's the difference, so long as you don't get caught?
The virtual world of David Cronenberg's Existence is sleek, futuristic, and not too ridiculous. What's truly weird though is the gameplay itself, which requires players to plug in via grotesque spinal ports and control actions with squishy pink controllers. Leave it to Cronenberg to turn even a video game console into a nightmare.
Have I won?
Set in 2021, Johnny Mnemonic imagines a future world where even the simplest of virtual tasks require tons of bulky tech equipment. Take, for example, the scene where Keanu Reeves' character dons massive oven mitts and circular tin eye covers just to make a long-distance call.
What are you doing?
Making a long-distance phone call. Beijing Hotel.
Beijing.
Even though the NBC comedy Mad About You played VR up for laughs, its vision of a virtual world still looks laughable in retrospect. In the 1994 episode, Paul and Jamie don VR goggles for cyber dates with Christy Brinkley and Andre Agassi that look more cartoonish than high-tech.
Everything you do is just right.
That's what I think, thank you.
Though Stephen King would rather you forgot about it, 1992's The Lawnmower Man adaptation is memorable for just how different it is from the author's source material. It's also known for its garish cyber world, and its goofy central hook that technology could turn a bumbling groundskeeper into a vengeful god.
Lawnmower Man's in your head now, Jake. There's no escape.
Airing throughout the 90s, many of the X-Files episodes attempted to tackle the emerging tech world of the time and wound up looking immediately dated. For example, the clunky graphics of first-person shooter make the episode an embarrassing document of that adrenaline-jacked era of video games.
Well, that's just cheating.
Designed to take the X-Files' place on Fox's Friday night schedule, VR.5 is a paranoid cyber fantasy with a muddled central concept. Its imaginatively color-tinted VR sequences aren't half bad as eye candy, but they're weighed down by a moronic premise built on the thrill of the dial-up connection.
You're really just like any other woman, aren't you?
This has been the AV Club's inventory of 9 unintentionally ridiculous depictions of virtual reality. If you remember other instances when pop culture got future technology hilariously wrong, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching with the AV Club. For interviews, lists, and more, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.